For years and years, people were always interested in a sequel to Unbreakable. And when Split came out and it was revealed to at the end of the movie that it was part of the Unbreakable universe, if you want to say that, um, everyone started having hope that considering how Split ended, everyone was wondering, oh, what's going to happen next? Is David Dunn going to confront him? Is there something going on? Are we going to get a sequel to Split? Well, we're finally getting a long-awaited sequel to Unbreakable and Split, which I think is a rarity, where there are two separate films that if you cut out the ending to that ties in Unbreakable to Split, you could say that that it will confirm that they're part of the same universe that they made the sequel. But moving on, Shyamalan says of the crazy comic book thriller that will be his third collaboration with producer Jason Blum, he said this: "It was always my dream to have both films, Split and Unbreakable, collide in this third film." So, in a series of tweets on April 2017, April 26th, he said this: "Okay, here we go. Finish the new script. It's taken 17 years, but I can finally answer the number one question I get. Are you making a effing sequel to Unbreakable or what? My new film is the sequel to Unbreakable and Split. It was always my dream to have both films collide in this third film. The iconic Bruce Willis will return as David Dunn. The incomparable Samuel L. Jackson will return as Eliza Prince, aka Mr. Glass. The versatile James McAvoy will return as Kevin Windlecrumb. Patricia, Dennis, Hedwig, Barry, Jade, Orwell, the Beast, Henrik, Norma, etc., all his personalities, and the prodigy Anna Taylor-Joy will return as Casey Cook, who is the girl that survives at the end of Split. I'm reteaming with my partners Jason Blum and Universal Pictures for this crazy comic book thriller. The film is called Glass. Universal Pictures will release Glass on January 18, 2019, all over the world. How's that for not keeping a secret? Now, when I heard this, I was like, ah, we're gonna get it! I'm actually ecstatic. Like, this is honestly my first, I never had heard of both Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. I heard signs from the Nostalgia Critic. I never watched it, though. I wasn't really interested. But I was interested in the Sixth Sense. Like, I hear everybody praise it, and then I heard that there was this growing legion of Unbreakable fans growing, and then I was like, okay, I'll take a look at these two, and I never stopped looking back since. And well, I always looked at these movies every time I chance I get, and I'll make a video about Sixth Sense one day. But to see that this sequel is finally happening with Unbreakable and Split, which are two big M. Night Shyamalan movies, and him experiencing this big resurgence after Visit, since he had made a career after Signs, where it was just a decline with The Happening, Lady in the Water, After Earth, Last Airbender. Yeah, you can also make the statement of Devil, since he was a producer and writer in that. I believe he wasn't a director. So now, and also the names of the three movies seem to be coincide with each other. Like Unbreakable, and then it starts to split until it becomes Glass. Like, yeah, that seems to be like they're hinting at something, like the titles have a meaning, referencing Glass. And Eliza Prince has said to be, and I can't wait what's gonna happen with this. Like, there's word that the Beast, the Horde, as they're also called, and David Dunn are gonna collide, and Samuel L. Jackson's character Elijah Prince has something to do with it. And it seems like these three guys are in a collision course, along with Casey Cook being involved in the process. And I'm curious to know what will happen. Like, does Samuel L. Jackson break out of prison? Elijah Prince? Does David Dunn have to stop him? Or is the Horde just a bigger deal to deal with? Since, well, Elijah Prince, he might underestimate him. But I'm curious as to know, what does Cassie Cook do with this? Like, is it revealed about her father, about her uncle molesting her? Like, is it revealed about that? And is he sent to jail? Does she get a happy ending? Well, it's the M. Night Shyamalan universe. I don't know. Um, and I'm a little surprised Disney actually let go of Unbreakable, because Disney did release Unbreakable and they did give him permission to say, okay, just take it. Okay, just do it. Do the whole scene with David Dunn, aka Bruce Willis. And I'm also curious, like, we've only seen these 4 characters come back, or you could say these 27 characters, since there's still the 23 personalities of Kevin Windlecrumb. Um, but I'm curious as to know who else is coming back. Is David Dunn's son coming back? Like, he's still around, and he's been in some movies and TV shows. He even appeared on, I think, CSI. I don't know which offshoot series, but yeah, I'm curious as to know, will he be in this movie? Like, this is the end of a trilogy. It's been said he wanted to make a trilogy of this, and I'm curious as to know, is something big gonna happen? Are all these characters from both movies coming back who survived at least and Split? Like, I'm curious as to know, like, will the uncle be involved? Like, if he's still not if he hasn't been arrested yet, like, will he show up in the movie? Will we see the redemption and eventual conquering of the Horde? Will we see Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson team up in we're enemies, but we have to work together to defeat this common enemy kind of mentality? And I'm really liking M. Night Shyamalan experiencing this big resurgence because, like I said, after numerous disasters after Signs, yeah, he deserves a break after The Visit started. I never watched The Visit. I wasn't really interested in the found footage genre. Like, I barely watch any. But, James McAvoy was awesome in Split. Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson were awesome in Unbreakable. Anna Taylor-Joy was alright, in my opinion. But to see that this is all coming together and we're finally going to get this conclusion, it's going to be kind of awesome how everything ends. Like, I get the feeling that I could go, like, Unbreakable was a film ahead of its time. If it was released today, it would have been a big breath of fresh air in the comic book genre. But since it came out so many decades before the comic book boom movie happened, it actually stands out even more for me. But Split was also interesting. Like, yeah, there's some questionable, like, trying to explain what dissociative identity disorder is. But yeah, when they did what I thought was a jumping of the shark moment a little bit with the whole abilities that you get from the personality traits, like, I could buy different IQs, the personalities having different mentalities and different IQ points, or how the level of intelligence are. I could buy that, but the whole abilities thing, like, I thought, yeah, you're kind of pushing it there. Until it was revealed that this takes place in the Unbreakable universe, I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I can't really call it a comic book movie. I could call it somewhat of a superhero movie. It's more like a realistic vibe of it. Like, and yeah, this is like what I'm gonna go there. DC's extended universe should have been. Like, it should have been, if they were going for a grittier, more realistic version. Like, it looked like it was starting out well with Man of Steel, because let's face it, two powerful forces who are basically gods. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the world would be fucked up right now. So yeah, so I didn't complain about the destructive cataclysm that is Metropolis. But but afterwards, they just, like, they were going somewhere with Batman v Superman, and then they, halfway through, it just went to sci-fi explosions and whatnot after the congressional scene, and then everything just fell apart for me after that. So this is what, honestly, I'm curious to know, is this, like, they say this is a trilogy and this is going to be it, but would the studios want to not see this as the end? Huh. But I'm really proud of M. Night Shyamalan for coming such a way. Like, he could have just made more original movies, but he, like, yeah, it's a good thing. but he wanted to fulfill his big dream of Unbreakable, Split. Split, like I said in the video about Split, that he had the character in mind for decades, since Unbreakable's production. So he's had this for a long time, and he finally managed to make a movie about it. And now he gets to fulfill his dream of making the long-awaited sequel to Unbreakable and a big sequel to Split, and they will coincide with each other and ultimately collide with all of our favorite characters, like with the sympathetic Elijah Prince, who's also a complete psychopath, uh, the ever uncompromising will of David Dunn. Like, I'm curious as to know, is the wife also coming back? Because did they divorce? Did their marriage fall apart? Yeah, we only have these four confirmed characters, but but I can't wait to know more. Like, will we see the other characters from Unbreakable show up again? Will we know what happened to the father in Split? Will we learn what happened to the child predator uncle? Yeah, I really want to know about what happened to the father. Is he dead? Is he unconscious? Was he unconscious when the horde kidnapped the three girls? Yeah, I'd really love to know. So, best of luck to M. Night Shyamalan. I can't wait for this movie. I really hope it's good. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like how I was describing. Donate to see for more.